Greetings, loyal minions, traitorous fiends, friends and haters. Straight into a hero review. We have a new hero in the Untold Tales portal. What's it called? Something about treasures of flame and frost. We have Aethslegaur. Aethslegaur. I think Aethslegaur is about right. Weirdly enough, I was actually playing through the Untold Tales levels the other day, and this guy popped up. I think it was at the end of maybe, I don't know, section 4. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. We haven't seen that guy yet. He looked pretty cool. I'm a sucker for some fire and a sword. So here we are. It was an interesting thought. Let's jump into the review. Fresh off my war video. If you haven't looked at that one yet, go check it out. I have a great counter team to Fergus, and also talk through some multiple mono strategies with sort of board play examples. So anyway, moving on to Aethslegaur. Aethslegaur. Yeah, Aethslegaur. We have a red fighter, which gives the revive skill, which is fantastic. We can read through that there. And he has the regen Aether talent. So he's regenerating 420 health over 6 turns. Nice little talent there to keep him alive a little bit. He is looking quite cool. I said I love anything sort of fiery sword. His armor kind of almost gives a skull vibe. You know, you've got a couple of little eyes looking in there almost. Couple of horns coming up, looking pretty cool. Here's a weird little, sorry, I shouldn't say that. He's a vertically challenged looking dwarfy type character, but you know, flame for hair. You gotta love that. Ties in with the corrosive core, molten core, sorry. Theme. So that's all good. His family bonus is Nineveh Realm, where we get the molten core, which charges up and does some fire damage, which is quite good. On top of that, we do get the empowered burn resist, so resistance against burn, and gains 450 boosted health and 5% mana each time they resist a burn. So you really don't want to be taking burn heroes against him, but if you have him on an attack team, taking him against someone that's putting burn on, and you can get him charged up nice and quick and get some boosted health. The molten core, we can see there, it goes, when fully charged, over 3 turns, it's doing 286 damage and lowers the target's defense by 10% each turn. So, you know, close to 1,000 damage all up. And you're getting some defense down as well. That is on all heroes, so very, very good passive right there. We're looking at the stats, and they are quite balanced. We'll throw that preview on. 3,000 HP. Very good all-around stats. The special skill is slow. We're seeing so many slow heroes lately. Mana Immolation. Okay, so it's obviously got something to do with mana. Attacks the target with Firestorm Strike, dealing up to 3,000 damage. It's a very big hit. Deals 40% more damage if the target is of the nature element, which is nice, but you know, rarely it's going to help you out a lot having that, but it is a nice little thing. It makes less sense on defense with these heroes because it's against the weaker team. So if you see a red, say this guy's a tank, you're generally not going to take a green team against him. You'd be looking at blues as a general rule. So yeah, I do prefer that a little bit when it's against the stronger element, because it means if you're using it on defense, it deters the opposition bringing that strong color. But having said that, it works fine on offense, because if you're using it on offense, you might take it against the green, and therefore it's handy. The special skill never misses its target, so that's fantastic. Interesting, it says it's targets, but it's only targeting one, but maybe that's just a little wording thing. Let's keep going. All allies get 45% chance to dodge attacks and special skills for 4 turns. So not a lot of the dodge mechanic includes the attacks. I notice on the dragons that most of their dodges include normal attacks. So that is very, very handy. I I do like that. It does get really annoying when heroes dodge normal tile damage. That's pretty good. The character gets a Mark of Immolation for 3 turns. Whenever an enemy or ally receives burn damage, the caster gains a stack. Maximum 10. Each stack increases mana generation of the caster by 6%. So it's only working on him. I think it's a Mark of Immolation. Whenever an enemy or ally receives burn damage, the caster gains a stack. It also doesn't say that that only happens once per turn. So, if he's putting on his Molten Core, giving 5 lots of burn damage, he's going to get 5 stacks with +6. That would be 30% mana straight up. There's definitely nothing there saying it only activates once per turn. So they are generally very specific if it does only activate once per turn. So that to me says it's going to be +30% mana as soon as he fires the next turn once the burn happens. There's a couple of things I want to mention with this. So overall, I actually don't think this is looking like a great hero. It's going to be handy, especially in Rush being slow, but a single target slow hero. I know Fergus technically doesn't hit anyone, but he's really disabling the enemy team. This guy, if you put him on tank, you make sure you take people that aren't going to burn him, and also a cleanse or a blocker to stop that Molten Core. And he becomes a slow, decent sniper. Slow snipers are generally not really overly useful. I know there's a moth, that the moth comes with the Mega Fiend, which helps that become very, very useful. The other thing I just wanted to mention is I'll go back to the family type thing. So the family get the core. I know in this case you don't need to pair it with other families, but I wish they made family heroes that you wanted to pair together, because you can see part of his special skill. Whenever an enemy or an ally receives burn damage, well, he's resistant to burn damage. So if you try to pair him with members of the same family, they're all resistant to burn damage. So, a part of his special, I mean, I know you're never going to pair him with every hero from his family, but it's kind of counterintuitive, because if this guy's your tank and I'm coming up against it, even if I can burn the rest of the heroes, I'm not going to bring a burn skill with me because it's going to heal him. So, I mean, I might, because I'm stupid and forget these things. But, you know, if you're actually thinking things through, you wouldn't take a burn hero against him. So, therefore, the part of the special that says whenever an enemy or an ally receives burn, yeah, it's fine with the enemy, but the ally bit just seems a little bit strange. I won't bang on about it for too long, but I just think that's counterintuitive and a little bit strange to have in there. You know, it could have been maybe when they get poison. Anyway, I don't think it's a strong hero. I don't like dismissing heroes and saying they're not great. He looks cool. I like the way he looks. I keep trying to find something. He does give the 45% chance to dodge. So once he goes off, he does provide that little bit of protection. But again, that's easily blocked or dispelled. I just don't see it with a slow hit one hero. I just don't think it's having enough impact. Yes, he's going to charge up awfully bloody fast, because he's going plus 30% mana if you've got all 5 heroes and he gets that burn damage on. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't think it's a great hero. I wouldn't be chasing at all. You can see I've got a lot of coins there saved up. I won't be doing pulls. I do like these Untold Tales Heroes. However, not going to chase Aethslegaur. What are the odds we're looking at? 1% for a legendary featured hero and 0.4% for an unfeatured. So, not huge odds. I personally wouldn't be chasing him. I have pointed out things that I think will let him down a little bit. Again, nothing terrible, but for a slow hero, I personally am wanting a lot more on the plate. I will just snap a screenshot though, so I will use that to come up with some sort of hopefully entertaining thumbnail. And with that, I will call it a day. Overworked, underpaid, I need my rest. Empires and Puzzles works me very, very hard. I hope you've enjoyed your weekend. I hope if you do pulls, you grab the hero you want. Let me know if you agree with my assessment of Aethslegaur. Aethslegaur, I don't even know how I'm going to say it. The fiery little dwarf dude. Yeah, it reminds me of a movie I seen once. No, actually a football scandal with a vertically challenged person being lit on. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you love him? Do you hate him? Are you going to try to get him? If you do, I wish you the best of luck. As always, give your kitty a scratch for me and have a good one.